All right, Khan, Shalom, Israel, Shalom to the 12 tribes of Yasha Allah, giving of course all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Wamalak Yahweh Shah. That's all praises, honor, glorification unto the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and the name of his only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, who the world refers to as Jesus Christ, our Savior, King of the nation of Israel. It's Brother Yasha Allah.
His brother's all right.
Khan, come back to y'all yet another video through the Spirit and Power Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Bumalak Yahweh Shah. All right. So as you can see from the title of this video, we'll be going into 2024. Okay. Taking a look at 2024 as we kind of close out so-called 2023. Now, obviously, December and January is not the new year. I repeat, December/January is not the new year. According to the Bible, the new year actually begins and so-called March/April. So during the springtime, all right, it doesn't nowhere in the Bible does it say that the winter is the new year in the dead of winter. When the bears are in hibernation, it's cold, the trees has no leaves, it's snow everywhere in certain places, and certain animals migrate and they actually go into hibernation. They're not out in the winter. The animals are not out in the winter. Everybody knows that after the winter, the sun starts to come out, it starts to get warmer again. That's when you get the allergy season from the pollination because the bees are out. Which season is that? Springtime. But this is not a video necessarily to prove that the new year is in the spring. Brothers already have videos on that. We'll be going into essentially prophecies that may unfold in the following year in 2024. All right, as we again so-called that's how the world looks at it. So we're going off of that. So as we kind of close out 2023, enter into 2024, what prophecies can happen in the following year? Okay, so first of all, I just want to kick it off with let's go to Second Ezra chapter 9. All right, because certain people may be wondering why we're doing this kind of video. The Bible tells us to measure down the times. Okay, the Bible tells us to measure the times and to try to see what time we're living in. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. So let's go to Second Ezra chapter 9, and we'll start from the top just to kind of kick it off.
This is Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Khan, that's right. That's right. So the Lord said for us to measure thou the time diligently in itself. Okay. So what does that mean? Try to determine based off of these prophecies what time you're living in. We're not living in the time of essentially myrrh and gladness, everybody sitting under his vine and under his fig tree, like it says in the book of First Kings. That was during the time of Solomon. Okay. That was about 2,000, 3,000 years ago. We're not living during that time, the time of peace, and which we had these nations in subjection, and where we were in our own land, speaking our own language, amongst our own people, and having knowledge of the Lord and the commandments. That is not the time we're living in. We're living in the time of our captivity, the time in which we're going to be delivered out of our captivity towards the end, right, of our captivity. And we're living during the time of Esau's kingdom and rulership going down the drain. That's the time we're living in. It says, wherein the highest would begin to visit the world which he made. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Even from the beginning.
God, that's right. So the Lord already spake of these times even from the beginning. Now let's go to real quick. I want to get this first, right? I want to get this first. So Even though we don't deal necessarily with um we don't deal necessarily with Salaki, hold on. We don't deal necessarily with the Chinese New Year, right? This is the Moabites. This is the Moabite kind of philosophy. So we don't deal with it necessarily. But we're going to take a look about what's interesting about what they say that 2024 is the year of. Because, you know, everybody knows about the year of the rat, the year of the bat, the year of the dog. You know, it's based off of certain animals of that year, whatever philosophy they're basing that off of. All right. And doctrine. We're not dealing with it. This is a doctrine of the world. But what's interesting is as we look at 2024, okay, it's the year of what? Let's see what it is, right? Chinese New Year, right? 2024. All right. And so apparently it says what animal is the new year of 2024? It's the year of the dragon. So again, we don't deal with the Moabite. We don't believe in these things. We don't believe in associate ourselves. You're not going to catch us at the festival and you know where we're eating of the foods and dressing as they dress. No, we're just looking at what they're saying the new year is, and why we're doing this is because we're looking at it, and we could take it from a spiritual lens. We can look at it from a spiritual biblical lens. So if they're saying 2024 is the year of the dragon, saying 2024 is the year of the dragon, what does that mean? Right? What this could mean is through a biblical lens. Let's go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 27, verse 1. Who is that dragon that they say, right, or that they're talking about? Who's that dragon? If this is the year of the dragon that's coming up through the spirit, right? This is all through the spirit because we know everything's of the Lord. So this dragon will be none other but Esau slash Satan. This could be the year. 2024 could be the year in which the Lord casts down Satan. When the Lord casts down Esau, who's been reigning for such a long time. This could be the year in which he brings all of that down. So yeah, let's go to Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1. Spirit.
This is Isaiah chapter 27, verse 1. In that day, the Lord, with his sword and great and strong sword, shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea.
That's right, man. So when you read this precept, it's not talking about the actual Leviathan that's in the sea. This Leviathan is actually talking about Esau, right? Through the spirit. It's talking about an enemy of Israel. Now, in the spirit, if we apply this precept to now, it's talking about Esau. Because it says, the sword and great and strong sword shall punish the Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even the Leviathan, that crooked serpent. Who is the piercing and the crooked serpent in the Bible? That's Esau. That's the wicked. Esau, his spirit is crooked. Let's go to I should pull this precept. Hold on. I could read this real quick. Through the spirit of Salaki. Habakkuk 3. Habakkuk 2, right? Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. This is talking about Esau. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. So Esau, his spirit, his soul that's in him is not upright in him. You know? So wherever he goes, his spirit is not right. His spirit is crooked. You know, his spirit tells him to go murder 10 people and eat them. Jeffrey Dahmer, man. That's his spirit. His spirit tells him to go across the whole globe and commit, you know, crimes against humanity. And especially against the children of Israel and put them in slavery. That's his mind, that's his spirit. His spirit which is lifted up is not upright in him. Right? So it's not just about his mind, it's not just about his flesh, it's about his spirit. So again, when we go back to this, it says the piercing serpent, even the Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. So Leviathan is an actual creature that the Most High made, but he's making a similitude, he's making a metaphor, he's calling Esau Leviathan in this verse. Because when you read about Leviathan in the book of Job, Job chapter 41, now we can get that as well. But when you read about Leviathan in Job chapter 41, it details his characteristics and how he rules the sea. Right? This is a creature like none other. So actually, let's just look at it real quick, Salaki. Right? Let's look at it real quick. Job 41 and verse 1. If you had a precept about it, you just let me know. Right? Job chapter 41 and verse 1, right? Let's read that through the spirit.
This is Job chapter 41 and verse 41, and reads, Canst thou draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make it many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? Wilt
Right.
thou play with? It's like
Yeah, kind of Salaki. Yeah, so it's saying essentially that Leviathan can't be tamed. It can't be tamed, it can't be put down, man. And who does that sound like? Right? Because I mean, normally all animals can be tamed. You could tame the elephant. You could try to tame the lion and put him in a zoo. Try to tame the mightiest amongst beasts, and you can capture them and put a chain about them, right? And put them in jail and not jail, right? But put them in a zoo somewhere, captivity. So you can essentially capture these animals, these beasts. But Leviathan, you can't do that to. So why is the Lord likening Esau unto Leviathan? It's because Leviathan is a creature above all the other creatures in the sea. And the sea represents people, nations, right? Now, there's a lot of precepts going into that, right? There's a lot of precepts going into that. But that's the reason, that's the meaning. That's why he's likening Leviathan onto or Esau onto Leviathan. It's because none of these nations can take down Esau, right? There was a point in time in which no nation could take down America, right? In fact, no nation has taken down America. America is still in rulership. Although we're coming to the end and towards the falling of America, it hasn't fell yet, right? It hasn't fell yet. So let's go to real quick, Salakia, Revelation 13 and 1 on down. Right, let's go to verse 1.
this is Revelations chapter 13, verse 1, and it reads, And I stood up, and I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat, and great authority.
Khan, that's right. That's right. So it says, I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. So this beast that rose up out of the sea that has 7 heads and 10 horns is going into what? The Edomitic kingdom. All right. Esau as a whole. Okay. Esau as a whole, as a kingdom, right? Him coming out of the sea. And so essentially he stands upon this sea, right? Let's link that up with Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse number, I think, 13, right? Esau, he stands upon the sea. The waters and the sea represents what? The nations. That's why he rose up out of the sea, right? He's not in the sea, he's above it, okay? And so the similitude to that, and to link that up with Leviathan, Leviathan is not essentially above it, but he's the top sea creature. No other sea creature can top him. Not the whale, right? Not the shark, the mighty sharks, not the mighty killer whales. No other sea creature can top Leviathan, right? The Lord even said, at the sight of Leviathan, at his face, if you looked at him, you would die. So what sea creature can top that? That's why the Lord likens, right, Esau unto Leviathan. And not only that, it's because Leviathan is the serpent of the sea, and Esau is serpent in his characteristics. But let's go to Jeremiah 51 and 13 to prove that.
Con. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 13. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thy end is come, and the measure of thy covetousness.
Con,
Lord,
right? Oh, yeah, Con, that's it on that. Yeah, it says, "O thou that dwellest upon many waters." What's the nation that dwells upon many waters? Esau, Babylon. They dwell amongst upon many waters, right? So let's go to Slaki. Let's also go to real quick Revelation 17.
okay,
Right, Revelation 17. Con.
verse 15.
And verse number, yeah, 1. Con.
This is Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels which had the seven vials, and talked to me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom
Con.
the kings of the earth had committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth had been made drunk with the wine of her fornication.
Con. That's right. That's right. So she sits, the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. That's none other but Esau.
Mhm.
And these waters, and it's like, yeah, it says, whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication. And the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So, what's an example of that? I was just at camp with the brothers in the Bay Area last Shabbat. We're at San Leandro Bart, man. And when we were teaching, I was talking to through the spirit a certain Habesha family, man. Well, they Cush, right? A Cushite family, from the land, because they still have the accent, right? So they from the land, and they were talking about celebrating Christmas. What? So you come over here and you start celebrating Christmas. So they're being made drunk with the wine of Esau's or Babylon's fornication, man. Right? It's Christmas. You start having people, Ishmaelites, of all different nations. They start celebrating Christmas, Halloween, the New Year's. That's them being drunk, and wearing suits and ties, shaving their face, you know, their kids being
Mhm.
indulged in the colleges, in the universities, right? Want to be like the Babylonians, right? So that's them, the nations being drunk with the wine of her fornication. But this America sits upon the nations. America is the top nation, right? In terms of what? The economy, at one point in time, right? Economy, military, et cetera, et cetera. America was the top, man. They held the torch. Let's go down to 15. It's going to make it plain as well through the spirit.
Con, verse 15. And he said unto him, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore is sitting, are peoples, and multitudes, and nations, and tongues.
Khan. So you can't get any plainer than that. The waters which thou sawest where the horse sitteth are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. All right. So the waters represents nations, people. Okay. So
Con,
when we go back to that, Salaki, actually, let's go back to Revelation 13. Revelation 13 and verse number, and so again, verse 2 going into Esau, going into Esau as a whole. The leopard going into the start of his kingdom, and the feet of the bear going into the end of his kingdom. All right. And so the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So this dragon here, right? This dragon right here is talking about Satan. Gave him his power and his seat and great authority. So Esau has authority from Satan to rule this planet. And so he was given that. Ever since Genesis, it was promised to him that he would get what? That he would essentially inherit the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven of above. So what does that mean? He gets to roam the earth and conquer it, right? That authority was given him ultimately but by the Most High, but we know it's through Satan. because he didn't do it by righteous means. He didn't go to the Most High and be like, let me be your servant, let me keep your commandments, and then let me rule your world in righteousness. No, he didn't do. He didn't want to do it in righteousness. He wanted to do it on the left hand side, right? So again, I want to make this point. Let's go to verse 4 real quick.
Verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him?
Right, exactly. So everybody was saying that at one point in time. America, right? Uh, uh, um, I mean, ever since 1776, America, along with the help from the French and along from help really from Israel as well, both kingdoms, Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom, all right. But from the help of Satan, they conquered, or it's like not conquered, but they defeated the Great Britain. They literally defeated Great Britain, right? And so through the spirit, even though this is talking about Esau as a whole, we can narrow it down to Babylon. Babylon, guess what? Everybody was saying, who can make war with Babylon? Who can make war with America? They defeated Great Britain. They came into all these wars, defeated their enemies, right? Defeated the French. They defeated these countries, conquered all this land, right? From all the way from Maine to California, right? Hawaii, the islands in the Caribbean, right? Like Puerto Rico. Hey, went over all the world, military bases all the world. Hey, who can make war with America, man? Right? So essentially, that's what they were saying, and that's why when you go back to Isaiah 27, it says that what he's going to punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. So what does that mean? It says none of these nations can conquer and can take down Leviathan. The Lord himself is going to do it. He's going to do it with his sword and great and strong sword. Right? So the Lord is going to slay Leviathan. And what's crazy is, Moab, although we don't believe in the Moabite philosophy, says that 2024 is going to be what? The year of the dragon. So again, we're linking this up with the precepts. The Lord is going to slay the dragon. It could be next year. We don't know. The Lord says no man's going to know the day or the hour. Right? Yes, on that, King.
Yeah, kind of. He was going into a lot through the spirit.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Kind. But I wanted you making a point about Leviathan being, being crooked through the spirit. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 14. It reads, I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. So, like the brother was saying, the Lord is seeing the things that Esau is doing on the earth, right? He's seeing all the persecutions, the robbery, the spoiling, the reveling, all manner of madness and wickedness, man, that he's pushing out to America. Now, like the brother was saying, all through these different nations that sit it upon that he sit upon, man. There's no reason why America should have a base in every country or an embassy in every damn country, right? Yep. That shows the power that the United States have to the spirit, right? But it's the point. It says, verse 15, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And so the Lord said, hey, what I made them crooked, nobody can make them straight, man. And that's how the spirit of Esau is. It's always been crooked. It's going to remain crooked until the day that the Most High come and persecute the spirit, right? And so I want to get Malachi real quick too, after one, because brothers probably like, hey, how y'all know that's Esau? Like, but we gonna show you what the most called Esau.
And right? they're gonna say, where does it say Esau at?
God. They like, oh,
say that.
God, they like, oh, these brothers is winging it, man. Talking about they a dragon or they a serpent, like brother,
right?
But we gonna prove it through the spirit, This
God.
is Malachi chapter 1 and verse 3. It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for dragons, for the dragons of the wilderness. Hey, so he's the dragon of the wilderness. That's why he go around conquering, ruling. And he a serpent, man. Like, let me get this precept. Even Revelations, man.
Precept. Yeah.
Uh, a Revelation called it that old serpent, that old dragon, man.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Revelation. Let me get it real quick. Revelation chapter 12 and verse. I'm gonna start at 8. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 8. And prevailed not, neither was there neither place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceived the whole world. Right? Hey, so it's letting you know, hey, Satan was the one that was cast down and literally sent to deceive the whole world, literally to deceive everything that's going on in this world. Even the word devil is just going into the word deceiver, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what his whole duty is to do, is to deceive the wicked. Hey, they deceiving the wicked, they deceiving the righteous, and
Mm-hmm.
they deceiving the whole damn world, man. They even deceive themselves, man. So that's how much deceiving they do. Right? It says, which deceive it the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Right? And so it's showing you, the works, and the things that the things that he do. He move in that deceptive mindset, right?
Yep.
Showing that he always been here from the beginning, to show that was his whole duty from the first place of the earth, to deceive and conquer the world, right? I'm gonna get one more preset, but
Con, you good?
what preset I was gonna get? Kyle, you got it. I can't even think of the last preset. It's
Okay, Con. Yeah, no, I got a point on what you were saying too.
uh,
Trying to prove how a Esau is that serpent, right?
uh,
And like I was saying through the spirit, Esau is that kind of that physical counterpart of Satan, man. Because you
uh,
have the spiritual demon Satan, and then you have Satan's physical counterpart that does his work upon the earth, which is Esau. You know, so kind of like how you have the Most High in righteousness, but he's up there, and then you have his representatives that's upon the earth. You know, it's the
okay.
same thing. So, but also I want to make the point. So Satan in the Hebrew means what? Satan in the Hebrew means, oh damn, this mighty right here, right? So Wikipedia, uh, so when you think of Satan, you might think of this. What is this? Where's the biblical representation where it says Satan has, claws and he has 4 fingers, not 5, 4, right? And then he's like greenish, reddish color,
Man,
right? Madness. Then he, small torso. Where is this at? Right? Anyways, so that's Christianity. But it says Satan, also known as the devil, and sometimes also called Lucifer in Christianity, is an entity in Abrahamic religions that seduces humans into sin or falsehood. All right, I just want to get the definition though of Satan. Uh, it's the word Satan. Oh yeah, come right here. So the Hebrew word term shaitan, all right, is a generic noun meaning accuser or adversary. You see that? Accuser or adversary. So he's the one that accuses us to the Father. All right. So let's say you sin, you go off, you do something that's off in the Most High's eyes. What Satan is going to do, he's going to be like, Most High, looky, he just transgressed against you. Kill him. Go ahead, kill him, Most High. Right? You're not going to kill him for that. Or like how he did Job. Right? The Most High is like, hey, don't you see Satan? How so Job is just so mighty, so perfect, keeping all the commandments. Don't you see that, Satan? Right? And Satan's like, man, I don't believe it. He really just fronted for real. That's how Satan was. Say he really just faking it for real. I can go prove it to you. If I take away all his stuff, he's going to curse you to your face, man. So that's his job, is to accuse us. But he's also called adversary. So who was also called adversary in the Bible? Let's go to 1 Kings 11, verse 14. Right? Right? It says what? And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon. Right? And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon. So who was this adversary? Hadad the Edomite, man. Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom. So hold on now. Hadad the Edomite is called an adversary of Solomon. Right? So the Edomites are adversaries to Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? So the Edomites act as Satan. They're literally Satan, man, to Israel. All right? Because they accuse us to the father, Esau, and he's an adversary to us. He's our enemy. Okay? He's an enemy of us, of the nation of Israel. Okay? So that's also another precept what the brother's going into. Okay? So of course, obviously, it's not going to say Esau in Isaiah 27, verse 1. Okay? It's not going to say the so-called white man in America. All right.
Okay, I found the preset I was gonna go to, because you were saying something.
You got it.
Kind you were saying something about like how Leviathan, Esau, Leviathan, he's the upper echelon, right? And he kind of put himself there. He's the top scholar in the world. And he's God, he's the angels, he's everything through the spirit, and
Right.
that's the spirit that he always moved with, to show the parallel between a Leviathan and Isaiah 27. And I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 14. We'll just get to the point, verse 12. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? So that's what's going on to he's gonna be soaring. But verse 13, he says, it's the point. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of congregation in the sides of the north. So literally, Satan or Esau, he literally put himself in the seat of the Most High, thinking he ruling the world. That's why he got all these cameras everywhere. He got his own rules and regulations. He got to abide by. Everybody got to come through America for something.
Yeah.
It's like they the head honcho of the world. Like
Yeah.
they
Exactly.
they take control of everybody's businesses. How Esau move in the world is the way of they trying to play God. They literally said they God and they Jesus and they all these different things, right? And they literally put themselves in that seat and put themselves above all these other nations to show them who's in charge, right? What kind you got a king?
Yeah, Khan, exactly. On the that's a good point too. That's a good point, because Esau, he always tries to be and try to feign himself as the god of this world, you know. And hey, that's another precept on that actually. Hold on,
Mhm.
see that? See that how the precepts just link up with each other. Hey, 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse number 4. Let's read that real quick, man, through the spirit.
Uh,
Right. Right. So
2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 4, and it
you got it.
reads, in whom the God of this world had blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
Yeah, so this God of this world is really talking about the spiritual demon Satan. But we know again who who Satan is using to essentially play out his role upon the earth, which is Esau. All right, Esau plays into that too. When you go into Genesis, right? You go into Genesis, right? I can read this real quick. Genesis 3 and verse number 24. It says,
Uh-huh.
so he drove out the man. God. And he placed at the east of the garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword. What's this flaming sword? I heard a brother All right, say this flaming sword is the word of the Most High. Right, I literally heard a brother say that this flaming sword is the word of the Most High. Right, and I said to him, that can't be it. I said, how is that the word of the Most High? He said, it's not the word like a fire and a sword. Okay, then. Like, no, that's not. That's not right. Now, am I saying that Satan can't use the word of the Most High to get his way? Yes, he can. But it's not just the word of the Most High. You can't just say it's the word of the Most High, right? But anyways, it says, "And the flaming sword was turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life." So what these flaming swords are Esau's media, the TV. I call that the distraction box, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what all it is. You turn it on, it's just distraction in a box shaped, right? You know, or it's
And
got
a
the
bunch
X.
of lies.
It's like you said, what?
Like it's like I said, a bunch of lies, man.
Yeah, a bunch of lies. Exactly, bunch of lies. Hey, brothers, in the world getting caught up in the anime. You know, now your your mind is fixated upon finishing that episode, and as soon as you finish the episode, you're like, nah, damn, I gotta see what happens next. And then you watched another episode. You're just wasting time. Now three hours go by, man. You know,
Yeah.
so hey, brothers, I used to do that in the world. But it's like hey, you got the Xbox. You know why they call it the Xbox? It's literally the distraction box, man. Right? It's a box full of distractions. You got the PlayStation, you know. So the PS4, the PS5, hey, GTA 6 coming out. Hey, brother's gonna be on that, man. You know, brother's gonna be on that all day. you know, I say us, I'm saying, like, hey, the brothers in the world, right?
New 2K dropping.
The new 2K, you know. The new hey, there's probably I think it's new Madden every year, right?
God,
Um,
new Matter gonna be dropping.
yeah, the new Madden, right?
Right.
24. Pre-order it, man.
Yeah,
Right,
pre-order.
brothers. Yeah, bro, you got brothers pre-ordering it, lusting after the Madden. You
Get
know,
your VCs up.
yeah, exactly. See, I don't even, I don't even know. See that because I already play that, but yeah, God, I know brothers be playing it.
God, I ain't played in a minute, but yeah, God. I ain't even I got a PlayStation. That thing ain't even hooked up.
See that? Hey, all praise, man.
It's getting
Praise.
locked up somewhere. So
Yeah, just locked up, collecting dust somewhere, man.
collecting dust.
Uh, yeah,
But
it's kind
like
of better that way sometimes. You said what?
now I was gonna make a point on Genesis 24. Like
God,
man, why the brother, it clearly state like, it said the flaming sword which turned away to keep the way of the tree of life. How is the word, that's how is the word keeping people from the way of tree of life? The word is actually telling you how to get the tree of life. I don't know. It was I don't know, but I don't know. That's crazy. But
yep,
most of them, better understand that through spirit, but
yep.
the word, come on now.
Mhm.
Context and brother context. Okay.
Yeah, right. Context. All right. Context. You got to look at the context. That's why I asked him. He didn't answer the question. I said, "How is the word of the Most High keeping you from the way of the tree of life? How is that keeping you away from it?" He didn't
Uh,
answer the question. So, brother, you just don't,
yeah.
just winging it, man. Just winging it. But again, so this flaming sword, as the brother was saying, is these distractions that Esau uses to keep you away from the tree of life. You got Instagram, big one. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is a big one. TikTok. You know, really social media in general. You have, the lust of the eyes. Trying to get cars, trying to get a good house. So that's where your mind is fixated upon. Because Esau shows you have to get a good car. You have to look presented. You have to flex on this other dude. You have to do better than them, right? if you're not riding in a new 2024 Lexus or, you know what I'm saying, foreign, right? The electric Tesla. If you're not riding in a Tesla, you're not doing it right, man. So now you're going out your way to get a Tesla. You're going out your way to get all these things just to floss on somebody else, which doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know, but it's keeping you. The point is, it's distracting you from what your Bible, right? It's distracting you from what getting these there's not in these precepts. So that's the flaming sword every way to keep the way of the tree of life, right? So we went into that because Esau, as a physical counterpart of Satan, he is used by the God of this world, and he feigns himself as the God of this world, as the brother is going into, to blind the minds of them which believe not, to keep blindfolds on, to keep keep them in darkness. That's Esau's job, is to keep you in darkness, man. Right? And on and getting on a more even spiritual level, to keep you in his light and not the light of the Most High, right? Because he gives you light, no doubt. He shows you that with what? The Statue of Liberty. All right, let's get that real quick. Statue of Liberty. All right, he shows you with the Statue of Liberty that he's giving you light. And what's crazy is they always show you in like what movies that take place in the 80s and the 90s, right? And they show you the Statue of Liberty and the foreigners coming upon the ship entering into New York, and they see the Statue of Liberty there. That's the first thing they see. So yeah, hey, America is giving you light, but it's not the light of the Most High, right? See this light right here? It's not the light of the Most High though. It's the light of Satan. All right. And what's crazy too, even in the colleges, universities, you look up University of California, seal, right? And I believe I brought this out to the brothers, right? The seal of it, right? And the seal is literally Genesis chapter 1. And it says, let there be light. So you see how they kind of are mocking the Most High? Let there be light. This is the University of California, some of the most prestigious, universities, first and foremost in California, and also arguably in the United States in general. Guess what? On their seal, it says, let there be light. What light is this? Because I'm going to tell you right now, they are not teaching the truth of the Bible in their colleges. I'm going to tell you that right now. So it can't be the light of the Most High. It's the light of Satan. Right? It's clear. It's plain. In these same colleges, they'll tell you, you have gender studies, right? These same colleges, you have a class called gender studies that you could take. And you know what they're teaching in there, man. All right? If you speak out against the alphabet gang in any type of way, they're going to escort you out the way. All right, you can't go to school here, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that, stuff like that. So this is not the light of the Most High. Obviously, it's the light of Satan, man. Right? Right. So you had anything on that, King, or you should keep going?
You can keep going, King. I was thinking about this precepts, but you got it, King. You got it.
Okay, hey, all praises, right? So yeah, so going back to Isaiah 27, all right. So again, we're going through all these precepts to show essentially what Esau, it's like Esau is represented, it's like you're represented, or how he's represented by Leviathan and by the dragon. Okay, so we're going through this because again, 2024 is supposedly to the world, or to the Moabite world at least, that it's the year of the dragon. So again, this could be the year in which the Most High punishes Esau, when he actually cracks down on Esau and brings him from his highest state to his lowest state. This could very well be the year. And we have bunch of precepts which the Lord says in Ezekiel 25:14, Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 5, right? Ezekiel chapter 26 and verse 5. You have so many precepts of the Lord essentially condemning Esau and saying that his end is going to come. Yeah, the whole book of Obadiah, man. Literally the whole book of Obadiah, in which the Lord talks about how he's going to reward Esau. And by reward, I mean, give him a just recompense, which is, death, destruction. All right. So, again, I'm going to read this precept again. It says, Isaiah 27, verse 1, in that day, the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent. Okay. And as our brothers was going into, that crooked, meaning that he's not straight, literally not straight. Right. You know, you wonder why people say, you know, I'm straight. I'm not with that, other stuff. That's the
Yeah.
reason why, that's because what's the opposite of straight? It's crooked,
Hmm.
you know? So literally not straight, on a spiritual level, not straight. Okay. And brother brought that precept up. Also, there's another precept too in Job, all right? There's also another precept in Job. I can get that real quick through the spirit. I just saw it too. Oh yeah, come right here in Job 13 and verse number 4, right? It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. So Esau, he's unclean, he's crooked. The Lord said you can't bring a clean thing out of an unclean. No one can do that. So it says Leviathan, the crooked serpent. The Lord, I mean, you can't fix this. Can't fix this creature. You can't fix Esau. There's no saving Esau, bro, in the last days. Right? It's like maybe we could try to, talk to him. Maybe, we could try to get him to come to the new moon or something like that, or what I'm saying, hey, come see us at camp, and we could bring it out to him, man, and maybe he could, join. There's no
Right.
saving Esau, right? There's no saving Esau, man. All
Right.
right. There's no saving him. And it says, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. All right, it's gonna slay him. And again, so with this great and strong sword, this is going into a lot of things. The Lord, the sword of the Lord is likened unto many things. For example, in Psalm chapter 17, the sword of the Lord is likened unto the wicked, okay, which he uses to punish us. So let's get that real quick as an example for the different definitions, right? Psalms 17 and verse number 13.
Uh, this is Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. And it reads, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Exactly. Deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So, the Lord, he can use Esau, and he has used Esau as a sword against us, right? As kind of like a stick or like a belt to against us, to punish us, to
Mhm.
chastise us, you know, kind. But in this case, it's not talking about the wicked. In this case, that sword, that great and mighty sword that he's going to use to kill Esau, is not only talking about the missiles, the nukes, not only talking about you know, or really and also in another perspective too, he's going to use these nations to take down Babylon. But it's not only going into that. It's also going into what? Israel, you know, Israel, his people. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 51. All right, Jeremiah 51 and verse number 20.
Uh, it's Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 10, and it reads, the Lord had brought forth our righteousness. Come and
Jeremiah
let.
51 and 20.
Okay, so like
Oh, yeah, you good.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 20, and it reads, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy the kingdoms. And
Uh, yeah. No, yeah, you can keep going on that through the spirit.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young men and the maid, and I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee I will break pieces captains and rulers, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion and in your sight, saith the Lord.
Bahashima Mashak, man. That's
Ah,
right. So the Lord said, "Thou, Israel, art my battle axe and weapons of war, man." So he said, he already said it.
ah,
You know, he said that. Look, that sword is not only going into these nations, right, and their weapons that they have, the missiles, the nukes, right, and all these other things. That sword is also going into Israel, man. Right? So he can use Israel to essentially punish the nations, and which he will, and to take down America, to take down Babylon. Now, does that mean? Now, hold on, we got to pause now. Now, does that mean, Jake, you go ahead and get you some guns, Glock, right, AK-47. You just start getting the guns and and start to take down America. No, that's not what that's talking about. Right? Before we get simple, it's not that's not what it's talking about, man. We're not going to go and try to take down America. The Lord, we gotta wait on the Lord. We go when the Most High says go. All right, it's not our own time. Okay, it's not in our own time. We gotta wait for the Most High to say go, and to really essentially be with us. Right? Let's go to the book of Zechariah, chapter 10, and verse number um 3, right?
ah. This is Zechariah chapter 3 and verse 10, and it reads, in that
No,
days, huh?
Zechariah 10 and 3.
Oh, so it's
Kanye.
Zechariah chapter 10 and verse 3, and it reads, my anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats, for the Lord of hosts had visited his flock, the house of Judah, and had made them as his goodly horse in the battle.
Mm-hmm.
Out of him come forth the corner of him, the nail, out of him the battle bow, out of him every oppressors together.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mirror of the streets in the battle, and they shall fight, because the Lord is with them, and the riders on horses shall be confounded.
That's right, man. The Lord has to be with us in that day. All
Ah,
right. It can't just be we just going and doing our own thing and we taking up the arms and trying to say, nah, yeah, we got it. No, you don't got it, brother. You literally you don't got it. Okay.
ah,
Esau trains for this stuff every single day. Every single day, man. It's light work. I seen this video, young Edomite, bruh, younger than me, you know, and he was just whipping the pistol, man. Just or it was the pistol or it was some other gun actually. And he was just shooting it, pow, pow, pow. Just it's easy to him. He's been doing it since he was 7, 5. So I mean, again, it's very disproportionate. So we need the Lord to be with us in that day. Right? It says they shall fight because the Lord is with them, not because it's just doing it on their own accord. All right. So in order for us to cast down Leviathan, remember in Isaiah 27 in verse 1, it says, in that day the Lord, right? In that day the Lord with his sword and great and strong sword, man. It's not saying in that day Israel alone, right? It's going to take up guns and fight. No, it
ah,
says in that day the Lord, Why is it saying the Lord? It's because the Lord is really the one that's doing it. He's going to be using certain things to fulfill his will. All right. One of those things being Israel. All right. So
I got a
yeah,
precept.
you have something on that, King?
I got a precept. Yeah, kind of
Kinda.
the spirit. This is Zechariah chapter 2, and verse 7. It says, "Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you." Just like the brother said, hey, it's gonna be the Lord is gonna be sent unto the nations that spoiled you. For he toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servant, and ye shall know that the Lord of hosts has sent me. So like the brother going to the Lord is gonna do the work at the end of the day. All because what we the apple of his eye. That's what it's going to. So you there's somebody apple of the eye, hey, you're liable to get dealt with, man, through the spirit.
Yeah. That's right, man. Yeah, you even have Joel, the second chapter, and which I know there's different understandings about what this is, but we understand it to be Joel 2 and 1 on down to go into what? This is a vision of the elect with their spiritual power. You know, because Jake, what do you look like trying to take over America, and then it's tanks, nukes, ICBMs. You saw he was blessed with the sword. That's his blessing. All right. So the Lord has to step in and really amplify our power, man, in order for us to really take down these nations. But you have the whole type of not the whole chapter, but you have all these verses going into how the mighty men of the Most High are going to have some type of spiritual power to take down these nations from the Lord. Right? The Lord said, "Greater works than these shall ye do, because I go unto my Father." Right? In John 15 and verse 10 on down. So you're going to do greater works than Yahushua did. And Yahushua did great works. He did miracles. He teleported amongst the people. Um, you know, he did a lot of great works. But he said, you're going to do greater works than these because I go into my Father. All right. So again, the Lord has to be with us in that day. But that's one of the folds about what that's going into when it says the sword. He's going to use his sword to cut down that serpent or that dragon that's in that sea. All right, which is going to Leviathan. Okay, so that's one of the prophecies as well that we're looking forward to is essentially the elect taking down the nations. Jeremiah 16 and 16 on down. Behold, I send for many fishers, and they shall fish them. And then after, I'm going to send for what? Many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, from every rock, which like you from every mountain, out of the holes of the rocks. What are those hunters? Hey, guess what? The elect, going after them. So again, yeah. So those are some of the prophecies that we're looking forward to as well. All right. But again, I want to focus on essentially 2024 being most high willing the end of Esau's rule. Right, the end of Esau's rule. Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 9 also says what? Let's get that precept real quick through the spirit. Second Ezra 9. Right. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9.
The second Ezra chapter 6 verse 9, and it reads, "For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed."
So Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So what does that mean? Right after Esau's rule is going to be what? Jacob's rule, Israel's rule. That's how it's going to follow. So as we see Esau in his world ending, it's going to be a world that comes after that's going to be forever. And Daniel even prophesies about that. All right, let's go to Daniel chapter 2. All right, so Daniel chapter 2 and verse number 44.
This is Daniel chapter 2 in verse 44. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up the kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break into pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
That's right, man. That's right. So that kingdom is going to come after Esau's falling. Okay. And that kingdom is none other but the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that we're looking forward to. All right. But it says that it's going to break in pieces all these other kingdoms and it shall stand forever. And so that's the difference between the kingdom that we're living in right now. It has an end. The Lord says, for all that is made in the world have the beginning and the end is made manifest. So the end of Esau's rule is being made manifest right now. We're seeing it. And we're seeing how it's going to fall. And the Bible tells us how it's going to fall. All right. So again, with all the prophecy or all the things that's happening right now, the economy being hella bad, the housing situation is bad. All right. What else? The food in America, the poverty situation, the homelessness situation too. You know, she got hella homeless people everywhere in America, man. All right. And whose fault is that? Esau.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all Esau's fault. As much as he wants to point the finger at other people and just blame the blacks, just blame the blacks, right? High crime because of y'all, right? Wait, hold on. So who put us in the predicament and the situation? Who even brought us over here, man? That was y'all. And who even put us in the predicament to where now we have to go rob, to now we have to go steal, to now we have to, because again, it's all learned behavior. It's all learned behavior. Where we learn that from? You, right? So again, it's a revolving door of these people, man. All right. So yeah, so that's kind of it on that. Now, unless you had something on that, King.
Down loud, King.
Okay, Con. So I just want to touch on a few prophecies that we see that we see may happen in the next following year. Now in 2023, there's a lot that happened as well. With Israel, Hamas that recently just happened. Yeah, a lot of other stuff that happened even previously before we kind of forgot about. But there's a lot of stuff that happened. 2022, a lot of stuff happened. So again, even from previous years, we can see things ramping up. Now we all know what happened in 2020, and everything ever since that, nothing's really been the same for real. This world hasn't been the same. It's always been, kind of on edge. Now 2021 was really that year of what? I know everybody was talking about, damn, like you have to get the, bee sting. Gotta get the bee sting. Everybody was really pressured for that, man. To go to school, and to go to work, gotta get it. So everybody was pressured with the bee sting. That was 2021. Now you go into 2022. What happened really in 2022? I'm trying to remember. Kind of still kind of coming out of you know, the pestilence, right? Coming out of the pestilence age.
You had the shutdowns happening.
Yeah, shutdowns.
They was damn near boarding people up. Like you can't fly nowhere. You
Yep.
can't you can't go to certain parts of the world. That was happening. And so I think 2022, I think a little bit. A lot of UFO sightings,
Yeah,
a lot of blood moves, a lot of
UFO.
earthquakes. I think a lot of earthquakes was like 2021. I mean 2022 too. I think at the earthquakes, at the fires.
Mm-hmm.
It was all
Yeah,
going
yeah,
on
exactly. The
around the same
wildfires.
time.
Yep.
The storehouses. We got fake meat. You know, the fake meat is ramping up. The fake fruit is ramping up. Um, like the brother said, the homelessness is outrageous. What
Mm-hmm.
more? Like you said, the stock market is crashing.
Yep.
Um, It's so much things that's been happening. Oh man. Of course, more killings, more slaying. I
Yep.
think Floyd happened around the same time of the COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So a lot been happening.
Yeah. Hey, all of that, man. All of that, literally. And Shabbat Shalom to the mighty Akim. All praise to the Most High. God. Hey, Yahweh Shalom Shabbat. Yeah, so no, as you were saying, King, a lot of stuff has been happening. And so as we see these years progress, more and more stuff is happening and transpiring. So what we need to do is we need to look at these prophecies and link them up. Second Ezra 15, Second Ezra 16, Second Ezra 5, Second Ezra chapter 6. You know, all these prophecies are happening. And so as we look into 2024, you know, as Moab will say, the year of the dragon and things of that nature, right? What may transpire. Now, one thing I want to touch on is the increase of false doctrine, man. The increase of false doctrine. Okay. We all know, you know, what happened Yahweh Shah's day. Right? We all know what happened then. Okay. And we got that short clip. Hold on. We got that short clip, right? That we kind of want to play, you know, through the spirit. That short clip. All right.
We got 2 hams with extra glaze for you niggas. All right. Now I'm gonna get the first cut. Did you get it out? I want you to bring it in closer. Closer. All right. We want that. We want to make sure we get some juice on the lens. Hey. Ooh. Boy, look at that shit there. Man, look here, man. Y'all hate. Y'all know y'all want some of this. Y'all know y'all want some. I get first taste, y'all. Y'all see that there? It's sanctified by the word of God and prayer. All right. Oh, praise it. All right.
Hey man, that's crazy. As my brother said, that's wicked, man. Literally. So the increase of false doctrine, the pride, the increase of spirits in the last days. All right. Let's get that precept in First John chapter 12. First John 4 and verse 1, man. Right? It's madness out here. That's one of the prophecies. Con, you got it. Like
This is First John chapter 4, verse 1.
Mhm.
Believe, Salaki, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
Yeah, many false prophets are going out into the world. That's how we know we're living in the last days. Many false prophets are gone in the world. And you have to try these spirits, whether they are the most high. Brother said, just because a brother said, how about Chanel Shabrak? Right? This brother now could be eating pork. But he says, how about Chanel Shabrak? But he's literally openly, all right? It's not like he's dealing with it and he's kind of like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's wrong. I know it's a sin. It's like, can you help me with this? Or I'm battling the pork demon, the pork spirit. You know, I just can't let it go. Brothers going to help him out. Brothers are going to try to help him out, man. You know, but a brother literally openly, he thinks it's okay to literally eat pork, swine's flesh, man. You know, literally. That again, you know. So you might have brothers out here now like that. You might see a brother with a, you know, he may have fringes on, he may not have fringes on, but he tells you Yahweh Chanel Shabrakatah. He say, oh, Khan, hey, Yahweh Chanel Shabrakatah, you can't dab him up. And he literally has a pork sandwich in his left hand. You know, and he says, yeah, you want a bite? And you know, he kind of, you know, now you're unclean. But you know, it's just kind of crazy, right? But it says, try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone into the world, right? Let's go to 1 Timothy 4 and 1. And in fact, you know, KD, all right, KD. Well, that's what he calls himself, right? King David. He said he even wrote this precept. So, dude, you think this is talking about us? Who you think this is talking about? All right. Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1.
This First Timothy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now the Spirit speak expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking
Mm,
lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
God. So the Spirit speaketh especially that in the latter times, man. We're living in the last days. So 2024, who knows what we might see, man? What doctrine we might see. And God forbid we ever be seduced by these doctrines, but I'm just saying, there could be a doctrine, crazy doctrines. Yahweh Shah was gay, right? Yahweh Shah was homosexual. So somebody might say that. Somebody might teach that, man. Right? Somebody might say, Peter, you know, Peter was an Edomite, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where they get this from. Okay. But they may say certain things like that, you know, say certain things. Just creating doctrines. But who knows? But that's another precept or another prophecy that we're going to expect happen 2024. Just the rise of false doctrine, the rise of doctrines of devils. You understand? A rise of people departing from the faith. Because again, as the times wax old, it's more wickedness in the earth, right? It's more wickedness in the earth, and we, even in that precept in Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 30. Let's just get that real quick to kind of edify on that. But Second Ezra chapter 4 verse 30 explains to you that.
This Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 30. For the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have it brought up unto this time, and how much shall it yet bring forth unto the time of threshing come. Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed have brought forth, and with the ears shall be cut down. Okay.
Yeah, so that's it on that But yeah, nah, for real. It says the heart of the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have it brought up unto this time, man. So the grain of evil seed is going into how this flesh is going to weigh your spirit down, and how it's a constant battle between the spirit and the flesh every day. All right. And so what the world is about, and even in that video of that I showed through the spirit, the brother said, any day y'all want to celebrate Yahweh Shah Day, just do it. Right? You want to celebrate Yahweh Shah Day, whatever day you want to celebrate it, go right ahead. Yahweh Shah. Barakatah. Yeah, you said that. All right. Hold on. Let me pull it up. He said, any day you want to celebrate Yahweh Shah Day, kind of, go right ahead. Be my guest type thing. Right? So what's next? Birthdays?
Yahweh Shah's birthday.
Yahweh Shah's birthday. What's next? I don't even know. Like you said right here. Oh, hold on. Selection.
It's sanctified by the word of God in prayer. All right. Oh, praise it. All right. Everybody finna line up and get their fill. All right. Want to give all praise to y'all about my shark Yahweh Shai. Any day that y'all want to celebrate Yahweh Shai Day, family, fuck these Pharisees, man. Let them talk all the shit they want. Y'all ain't coming to my house stopping shit. All right? I'll cook 3 hams the next damn time and some crab legs around it. You bitch ass niggas. All right. That's it, y'all. We're going to give all praise to Yahweh about some Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Let's eat. That's it. Cut it. Shalom.
Yeah, so hold on.
Fuck these Pharisees. All right? Want to give all praise?
Yeah, so no, so he said, whatever day you want to celebrate. You know, so you can celebrate it on your birthday. You can celebrate it, on your birth. I mean, if you can eat pork and pig, I mean, you can eat it. You can eat a birthday cake, right? Might as well, might as well light the candles, blow the candles out. Might as well just make a wish. Man, yeah, I wish I day, you know. Might as well. Might as well just, why don't you just celebrate Halloween? What's the difference? It's Yahweh Day. You know, what's the difference? So we don't know what to expect in terms of the intensity of the false doctrines that may arise in the next year, right? We don't know. Okay, we don't know what the Most High has stored in terms of that. But what we do know is it's going to be a rise, okay, in false doctrine and seducing spirits. So we just gotta be careful, man. We gotta enter into so-called 2024 with our mind, kind of ready and our spirit ready. You know what I'm saying? Through the spirit, right?
Kind of got a couple precepts of the spirit.
Kanye, you got it.
That's 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 13. It reads, "For such are false prophets, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostle of Mashiach." And as we can see, this brother's, literally transformed himself into an apostle of Mashiach. Talking about F these Pharisees. Hey, I'm cooking 3 hams next time with wrap around it. Like, so he doubling down on the abomination. Right? And then said, hey, fuck F them niggas. He said, fuck them niggas.
Right.
I'm gonna do me.
Right.
Like, brother, what are you doing? You supposed to be an apostle of the Most High Yahweh, but we see you not. He transformed himself. He maybe was, at a point in time. He's probably following the law, statute, commandments, and keeping the Sabbath day, wearing the fringes, loving his brother, loving thy neighbor, I should say. Not eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, and not celebrating Yahweh Shai Day, on Thanksgiving. Right? So, he transformed, it says what? Transformed themselves into apostle of Mashiach. And this is going on to the point that we was making on earlier. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Just like how we was talking about, Satan, he's that angel of light. Also, given that doctrine, seeing the so-called better lifestyle they could have in this truth. Because some people come in the truth and don't want to give up bacon and crab, shrimp, and lobster. So they find seducing spirits like him to fit their narrative, to fit their lifestyle of what they want to do and keep. When the Bible is black and white, you can read it for yourself. A lot of the laws is black and white. Prophecy may be hard to understand. Might you need the spirit and things like that. But a lot of things, especially the law and what you can and cannot do, is plain as Jane, like they say.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't be deceived by men like that, man, portraying to be a man of the Lord through the Spirit, right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 4 in verse 3. It says, "For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine." Hey, so like the brother was saying, hey, the time is coming. More and more days come, and more days come to nigh that hey, you will not endure sound doctrine if you're not steadfast in this thing. You will be like, the brother that we have on the screen, or like a lot of brothers or sisters that take home to seducing spirits, seducing doctrines, because they have itching ears in the spirit. They not really grounded in they truth, right? It says, "For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, But after their own lust, eating crab, shrimp, and lobster, that's your own lust, right? Eating the piglet, man, that's your own lust, right? Still want to partake in Thanksgiving, that's your own lust, right? Shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and they shall be turned into unto fables. And fables, we all know fables, man. Since we was young children, a fable is not a true story. It's not
Yeah.
true. Never be true. Stop getting seduced to it. So
Mhm.
a lot of people gonna get seduced, itching earring, have that itchy earring spirit just because they getting seduced by the lust of their spirit. I mean, the lust of their flesh, man.
Mhm.
They want to eat piglet, they want to eat the crab, shrimp, and lobster, and they want to smoke the backwood. They want to go out, and fornicate and do all type of manner of wickedness in the world without any consequences. So they listen to brothers like him or any other doctrines that you got in the world, and they conform to it because they just want to entertain that lustful spirit that they have in their body and on their flesh, and they want to act it out. And they be like, "Hey, I'm keeping the law still. I'm not just I'm justified because that's what I believe." When they knew the truth, you know, you got a king.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so you're gonna have more and more of that, man. Gonna have more and more in that as we still continue in this world, as the brother was saying, and even that in that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 and verse 10. Right, let's just kind of read that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 10. That's why Enoch, he had to be delivered up because you know it was wicked. Everybody around him was wicked, so that's why the elect, they got to get out of here real fast. The Lord said, but for elect's sake those days shall be shortened, right? Because if he's not going to shorten these times, then no flesh is going to be saved. So yeah, come on, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 10.
This is Wisdom Psalm chapter 4, verse 10. He pleased Yahweh and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yes,
uh,
speedily was he taken away, lest the wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguiled his soul. For the
yeah,
bewitched, keep going.
yeah, verse 12.
For the bewitching of naughtiness doeth obscure things that are honest, and the wondering of the concupiscence doeth undermine the simple mind.
That's right,
See,
man.
I was like,
Oh yeah, no, that's all good. Yeah, that's right. The Lord said, speedily he was taken away, lest what? Lest wickedness shall alter his understanding or deceit beguile his soul. So that's what can happen to anybody, though. If it can happen to Enoch, it can happen to us.
oh,
Enoch walked with the Most High, that the testimony said that he walked with the Most High. So meaning that what? He was walking in all the statutes and commandments of the Most High, right? And laws. He was righteous. But the Lord said, look, I gotta take him up, man. I gotta deliver him. Because if he doesn't, then I mean, he's just going to can't take it anymore. Right? Just imagine you being tempted every day of your life for hundreds of years. Just like at one point in time, because this flesh is weak. All right. The Lord, he has to deliver us. So that means that speedily the Lord is going to come and deliver us, man, because he can't, if he keeps us in this world for too long, there's not going to be anybody in the truth left. Man. All right. Because this world is overwhelmingly wicked. All right. Through the media, the phone, sending you spirits through the phone. Sending you spirits through the phone. So you kind of put down your phone. You go outside. It's just lust everywhere. You know, people dabbing you up, transfer the spirit to you. Right? You know, hey, somebody passed by playing that one song they used to bump in the world. Now it's kind of bringing back memories. I kind of bump into it like, okay, yeah, and now you're like, damn, I gotta fight that spirit now. So hey, just hella spirits in this world. So this world is overrun by spiritual demon Satan, and we're looking forward to many prophecies. Really, we didn't go through all the prophecies, but again, we're looking forward to Jacob's trouble. All right, Jacob's trouble may happen 2024. First and foremost, the taking down of the Leviathan, which is Esau. All right, the Lord taking him out the way. All right, and also, and Khan Shabbat Shalom Barzia Khan, all praise to the Most High, Shalom King. Right, Yabashan Shabrakathan. Right. What else? We're looking forward to wickedness increasing in 2024. Okay, wickedness increasing.
Famine of
Economy.
the word.
So what?
Famine of the word.
Famine of the word. Also. All right. And while we look at all these major prophecies that we're looking forward to, famine of the word and also famine on the physical level, we also have to understand, Israel, is that you know this truth, this marathon or this race that we're running is a marathon. So as much as we're looking forward to the good things like kingdom of heaven, this and third, what may happen in 2024, what also may happen in 2024 is things seem to get better, because that's what people were saying. Well, 2023 means a better 2024, because the economists saying, well, 2024 we may actually be in a good position. So if it happens or not, right? If it happens or not, and the economy actually gets better and this and the third, we have to understand there's also a possibility that that could happen too. You know, now when I say quote unquote seem to get better, because obviously it's not going to get that much better, but it may get a little better. The housing situation, I know people talking about that, right? So again, we have to understand that 2024, right, it's a year that we hope certain things is going to happen, but if it doesn't, we shouldn't be alarmed at it. We shouldn't be like, ah, damn, right? I thought this was the year, you know, because it's like you said, what?
Okay, I go after you finish, King.
Yeah, kind of. I'm just saying, like, hey, you had a certain period of time. Now, of course, I was during that time, but you had brothers literally say that the year 2000 was when Yahweh Shah was going to come. So did Yahweh Shah come back in the year 2000? No. All right. And certain brothers, they lost patience and they fell out the truth. All right. Because Yahweh Shah didn't come in 2000. So we can't put a number on when the Lord's going to come back. That's all I'm saying. We can't put a number. Nobody knows. Can't say, yeah, I know it's 2027, and because hey, you look it up with the Jubilee and with the Enoch, right? Book of Enoch, you know, you got a certain brother saying, and I'm not gonna say his name, but he's a rapper in Israel, very prestigious rapper in Israel. And I'm not saying he's saying it's definite, but he pushing that 2027. All right, 2027. Year of the Jubilee, right? He's linking it up with Enoch and the True Times, right? So, hey, is it 2027? We don't know, right? We don't know, man.
We don't know what year it is, honestly. Let's keep it 1,000. We
Keep
don't
it
know
a
what year
thousand, man.
we in. We don't know what the time. We don't know. We don't know what's true. Our brothers just be winging it. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
no,
was
that.
okay. You got it.
Oh yeah, you got it. Oh,
Now
go ahead.
I was gonna say like what other prophecies that we looking forward to based on what we see is like revelings, and this more like you said, more wickedness, but like mainly like more killings, more robberies, more upwards of people, because it's gonna be less policing, it's gonna be less things all like that that's controlling the society. It's gonna be damn near gonna go into like a lawless a lawless lawless time period that based on certain laws that's being passed, certain certain felonies is only going to be slap on the wrist now. You know, starting looking into seeing that kind of plays into prophecies and things like that. People hearts is going to be waxing even worse in this time. That's another prophecy we should be we could be looking out for too, or should be more prevalent in 2024. Who knows? But just based on certain states, the laws that they passing, it could be true. Less policing. They even passed a law in California talking about the police got a state and why they pulling you over now. So
Mm.
So that's even not saying that's a good or bad thing, but now brothers that that be riding dirty, the police got to have a legal reason in response to even pull you over now. So if they just pulling you over because they suspicious of you, that could go, that's all bad from there. But Khan, you got a king.
Yeah, yeah. I've also heard them talk about charging you to get on the freeway as well.
Oh yeah,
In
I've
California.
seen that. I've heard about
Yeah,
that too.
thinking that, oh well, it's encouraging people to not go on the freeway.
Yeah,
So, you think people's gonna listen to that?
yeah. They already charging for a lane,
Yeah, exactly.
HOV lane, and brother still
Yeah.
be in that lane, man.
Yep. Yep.
Especially out here in the Bay, boy, they
Mhm.
charge for the lane. You gotta get charged to go over certain bridges. You gotta
Yep.
get,
Bridge
you
toll.
know,
Yep.
so
Gas tax. You already paid tax on the gas.
right. So it's gonna get even worse, man. I mean, it's gonna get even worse, man. You gotta
Yeah.
they taxing you for using your credit card when they going cashless. It's 20 more
For the
cents.
credit card.
You gotta come in cash, or the gas will be like $3.99. But hey, you use a card, it's 404 or something. It's 404 or something. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's like, come on,
That don't
man.
make any sense at all.
That
Don't
make
make
it,
any sense. You
so
getting taxed for the very thing that they want.
they
It
pushing.
don't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's the gas price, this the credit price. Like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Crazy, man. Yeah. So this is the society, America, that we live in, and there's plenty of other stuff that's, you know, uh, um, they're trying to pass new laws and things of that nature. Hey, I remember Texas at one point in time was talking about, yeah, we leaving America, we just leaving, right? Texas
Mm,
just like, yeah, now we just leaving, man, right? Hey, you have a lot of stuff going on, of course, right? So yeah, it's we can only expect certain things, but we kind of want to put those points out there for Israel to kind of, as we go into so-called 2024, and as a brother was even saying too, we don't know really what the time is, right? Because when we go to Mark 13 and verse 32, it says, but of that day and that hour knoweth no man. So we can't put a number on it. It says, no, not the angels which are in heaven, not the Son, but the Father. So only the Father knows the day and the hour. Okay. And so essentially, you know, it would be foolish to kind of put a number or a year, a certain date and say this is the definite day in which the Lord is coming back. Because people that have done that, um, the Lord didn't come back. So,
God,
and people said 2012, right?
God.
You
Yeah.
know,
They have movies for it.
peace.
I'm here. I think I was. I don't know how I was in 2012. When I was in high school in 2012. I'm thinking, hey, the world's finna end in 2012, man. So brothers is going all out, man. Brother
Yeah,
they had the movies going.
yeah, right.
They had
Right.
it all backwards though, because I think the movie 2012 was like, if I'm not mistaken, like a flood, like a whole like ice age type. If I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah, no, I seen it. It's like um I think I seen it. Yeah, it's water, right?
Yeah,
It's water.
water. Like it was cold,
Cracks.
really cold. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
so
Cracks in the
we
ground.
know that's not gonna happen again because we know how the Most High is gonna cleanse the world this time. It's not about water; it's gonna be by fire. You know. But I want to get a precept about what you're talking about. Nobody knows the time because we don't know particularly what time it is. It could be 2020. It could be it could literally be 2008 right now. We won't know. We don't know because why? Daniel chapter 7, verse 25 speaks to it. It reads, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until the time and times divided of times. But the point is, he think to change times, man. He literally changing a he's putting fake clouds in the world, and he's trying to alternate different seasons, man. Like I think like a year ago, it was a flood, and it was hella raining in Southern California, man. Like that'll never happen like that, man. When do this really happen? That'll never happen. It's all hot, but then it's raining hella like it's never been it never like was never like that before. Like so they changing they playing with the sky. The skies and the sky element, I should say. I don't know what word. The weather. They playing with the weather, trying to do things and alternate it and things like that, And that's what the things that they doing. So, and also going into the times, we know what's it 365 days on their calendar, right? But in the Bible, we know it's only 360.
Yes.
So the time is going to be off. You could do the math or however you want to do the math, but you gotta go. You gotta go back, man. All right, you have to really go back to the time, and I don't know how far back you're gonna have to go back, but when they actually start implementing the time that we kind of, run with now, but that's neither here or there with the spirit. So our brothers trying to pinpoint, accuracy, the time of the Most High coming back. Who knows? And you will never know.
Right. We're not gonna know, Ludus. We're not gonna know. We're not gonna know. So yeah. So hey, all praise to the Most High. With that, we're gonna kind of wind it down through the spirit. Unless you had anything else on that.
Allah King.
All right, Khan. All praise to the Most High. We can bring our closing preachers to the spirit. So again, this is just a video going into, what we're expecting. Mainly focusing on how Moab says it's the year of the dragon. In 2024, again, it's folly. We don't really essentially believe in that, but we look at it through a biblical and spiritual lens and break it down according to the precepts that dragon is Esau, and Most High willing, going to be the year when the Most High cracks down on Esau and gives him his judgment, man, vengeance upon Esau, right? So through the spirit, all praises, right? God, all praises. So yeah, you got it.
Came the water.
Yep.
This is Saint Mark chapter 13 and verse 32. But of that day that in that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father. Take heed and watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. That's the point of what I'm saying. So we gotta take heed, watch, and pray, for ye know not when the time is. And that's the spirit we gotta be in. Not not doing things and listening to the world, being so caught up in the world to the spirit. But take heed, watch, and pray, for ye not know when the time is. All the all these prophecies that the brother and came out with, all these things can come to pass, but you gotta watch and see what's going on. All praise to the Most High.
Khan, that's right. That's right. All praise to the Most High, mighty precept. All right. I'm gonna get Matthew chapter 24. All right, get Matthew chapter 24 and verse number man, this whole thing though. Yeah, really, the whole Matthew 24 is fire. We're not going to read the whole thing though. I'll just read this then. Matthew chapter 24 and verse number 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right. So that's essentially what it is, man. It's a race of endurance. It's a marathon, and so we're running, we're expecting the Lord to come back, but we don't want to put ourselves down and say that the Lord delays his coming. God forbid that ever happens to any of us. You know, so I was just talking to a brother about that. It's about patience. The Most High has us to be patient about things. It truly is a race of endurance to the spirit, right? And you can take that from me. You can take that from brothers like Priest Sabak that's been in this thing for 30 years. All right. So that's the elder right there. 30 years in the truth, older than me. That's literally older than certain brothers. You know, yeah, see that, yeah, kind of. So, they know a thing or two about enduring. Right? They know a thing or two about enduring. Our forefathers endured trials and tribulations. But we pray that the Most High makes a swift deliverance of the nation of Israel, as we do pray that all the time. And so like one more precept. I'm just ended off with Luke, the classic, right? Luke 18 and verse number 7. And shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Right? So the Lord says he's going to avenge his people speedily through the Spirit. Right? So with that, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this video is edifying unto you. The water for tuning in. This brother Yasha Allah.
Brother, it's all right.
Can't come back to y'all yet in this video through the Spirit by Yahweh Shah, Shabbat Shalom to the 12. Right? Kwame Yasha Allah. Shalom.
Shalom.